Hi there, my name is Allison, and I'm an instructor at the Body Electric Yoga and Athletic Companies in St. Petersburg, Florida. I teach power hours early in the morning, and whether you're just trying to stay out of the studio right now for health concerns, or maybe you've just never made it to my class because, sleep, this is a great opportunity for you to take one of my classes from the comfort of your own home. So again, this is a 60-minute power flow. Please modify and take any variations of any pose that sort of suits your own body. Find a comfortable place to practice, somewhere quiet, and let's start in a seated position and just ground our practice with a few deep breaths. Begin to tap into your awareness of the breath. Bring all of your focus to each inhale and each exhale. Allow your shoulders to relax and begin to take deeper breaths. Let the rest of the day just sort of float away and bring all of your attention into the body and practice keeping it there throughout the next 60 minutes. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, lift your chin, and as you exhale, draw the chin back down as you twist to one side. Inhale, unwind through center, reach the arms overhead. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back to center, and exhale, release the hands down at your sides. Make your way to a tabletop position, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees, and just begin gently swaying the hips from side to side. Get a little movement in the spine. And then we'll take a few cat-cows. On an inhale, drop the belly to the sky as you look up. And on an exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, look between the thighs. Tuck your toes, lower your forearms to the ground, and then lift your hips up to the sky, find dolphin pose. Settle into this pose. Maybe you wiggle the feet around, maybe you bend one knee at a time. Just think about staying aware of your breath and kind of staying inside of your body, just noticing how everything feels as we continue this movement. Lift your heels off the ground and make your way to a dolphin plank. So whether you just kind of roll forward, bringing the shoulders over the elbows, maybe you even step the feet back a couple of inches, lower the hips down so they're parallel to the ground, pull the navel in and feel your insides warm here. This is also a great place to practice ujjayi breathing, so a slight constriction in the back of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose, building your fire internally. That's going to help throughout your entire practice. Press into the hands and come into a high plank position. Still navel in, butt down, back is parallel to the ground, and just gently press the ground away, keeping the shoulders over the wrists. One more breath here. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, always feel free to find a little movement, do something that feels nice. Maybe starting here by bending the knees, bicycling out the feet. Maybe you lift one leg at a time. Maybe you take some twists. Yogi's choice, just anything that feels good, kind of waking up all the parts of the body, connecting upper and lower body. And of course, staying with the breath. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees, look forward between the hands, and step or hop to the top of the mat. As you breathe in, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, look up, and release your hands down through heart center at your sides for mountain pose. On Your next inhale, reach the arms overhead. Take a little back bend at the top if it feels good, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Let's hold here and just fire up for a moment. Core is activated. You can always drop to your knees. For our first chaturanga, let's all drop to our knees. Take a slight shift of your weight forward as you lower down, chaturanga, half push-up position. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, find downward facing dog. That's our little vinyasa. You can always modify your vinyasa to suit your practice today. Honor your own body. You know what's going on better than anyone, so feel free to add or subtract wherever needed. Make your way to the top of the mat. As you breathe in, lift up halfway, and as you breathe out, fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Let's keep it moving, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, and as you exhale, step back, plank pose, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a few recovery breaths here. Bend the knees, look forward between the hands, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Keep it moving, forward fold. Halfway lift, your way through chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Again, a few recovery breaths, finding stillness or movement, whatever suits you. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, little back bend. Release your hands down at your sides, mountain pose. Take a recovery breath. And then inhale the arms up overhead. As you exhale, sit down into a chair position. All the weight is in the heel, belly is in, chest is lifted. On your next inhale, reach up to the sky a little farther. And as you exhale, open up to the right, arms come to a T. Inhale, back to center, both arms reach up. Exhale, twist to your left, open the arms to a T. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, sit a little lower. Lift your right foot off the ground 2 inches, and then let's do that again. Open up to the right, arms to a T. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, step the right foot down. Inhale, lift the left foot a couple of inches, and as you exhale, open to the left, arms to a T. Unwind to center, both feet on the ground, sit a little lower. Now lower your arms so that they come parallel to the ground and come up onto your tippy toes, lifting the heels off the mat. Slowly lower down until the butt is hovering just over the heels. And then once you're there, pause. And you can stay, or maybe you take a little hops, playing with your balance. And then we come back up to our tippy toes to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly with control, lower down to your heels and forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, and make your way through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. You always have the option of just stepping back and finding your down dog, skipping that push-up and cobra or upward facing. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat, and on an inhale, lift your right leg high for three-legged dog. Exhale, drive the knee to the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Drive the right knee to the left elbow, and then over to the right elbow. Lift up, three-legged dog. Bring the right knee to the left elbow, and then step your right foot in between the hands. Rise up for a low lunge and take a little back bend. Bring the hands to heart center, and then twist to your right, hooking left elbow outside the right thigh. Look up over that right elbow, and then down to the ground for balance as you tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Look down at the ground for balance, and bring your hands down to the mat. Send the right foot back, keep it floating as you lower down and take your vinyasa. From downward facing dog, take a few recovery breaths and bring the feet together. Inhale, left leg high, drive the left knee to the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog, left knee to right elbow, over to the left elbow, three-legged dog. Left knee to nose, step the foot forward in between the hands, drop the back knee, and rise up. Take a little back bend, back to center. Good. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist to your left, hooking right elbow outside left thigh. And then look down for balance. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee off the ground. Look down, release the hands to the floor, step the left foot back, keep the foot floating as you roll through your vinyasa, or just meet us in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward between the hands, and make your way to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway and fold completely. Drop your hands to the ground and bring your knees to the back of your triceps. We're playing with crow pose here. Whether you're just playing, getting one foot off the ground or both feet off the ground, think about hugging the heels towards the bum. And after a few breaths here, maybe challenge yourself to either stepping or floating the feet all the way to the back of the mat, straight into chaturanga, and make your way through a vinyasa. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat, and on an inhale, lift your right leg high. Empty out the lungs as you drive the knee to the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow, over to the right elbow, three-legged dog. Drive the right knee to the left elbow and then kick the right foot out as you lift the left hand for fallen triangle. You can stay or drop the hips to the ground, and then as you inhale, lift the hips back up high. One more time, option to drop the hips and inhale the hips up nice and high. Left hand comes down to the ground, send the right leg up and back, three-legged dog, and then hug the knee in, step the right foot forward, and rise up for crescent warrior. Good, and settle in here. Tune back into the breath and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, twist open to the right, arms come to a T. Revolve your crescent by reaching your right hand back and dropping your right hand to the thigh. Lift your arms back to a T, and then unwind into a warrior two, hips open to the left long edge of the mat. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Keep that deep bend in the front knee, back to warrior two. And then let's take a little flow, reverse your warrior, back to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, back to warrior two. Moving with your own breath. We'll meet in extended side angle, left arm reaching overhead towards the top of the mat. Eventually, right hand comes to meet the left, and then interlace your fingers, press into your right foot, straighten the right leg, and reach back for sky archer. And then release the hands to a T, turn the thumbs up, scoot the back foot in, triangle pose, reach forward, and then hinge at the hips, drop the right hand to the ground, and look up through the left fingertips. Look down at the ground for balance. Release your left fingertips to the floor. Square your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the right leg for pyramid pose. Walk your hands forward. Transition to a standing split. Lift your left leg as high as you can. And then straight into half moon. Lift your left arm to the sky. Open your chest towards the left long edge of your mat. Maybe you play with a little balance here. Left hand comes back down to the mat, standing split. Kundalini's descent. Hug the knees behind one another, bend into that right leg. Left hand stays on the ground as the right arm reaches up and the left leg straightens for revolved half moon. And then Kundalini's descent, lower down, hug everything in, open up, revolved half moon. Let's do that one more time. And then hold your revolved half moon for a few breaths. Release both hands to the ground. Take a big step back with the left foot. Rise up, crescent warrior. Drop the back knee to the ground and then set your hips back towards the heels. Straighten the front leg, hamstring stretch. Maybe you reposition yourself a few times. Maybe you find a little movement here. We're only here for a few breaths, so enjoy it. Take a bend in the front leg, bring your hands forward, plant the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left, and option to vinyasa or just meet us in down dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Left knee, right elbow, over to the left elbow, three-legged dog. Left knee to the right elbow, and then kick the left foot out, reach the right arm up high, fall in triangle. Option to drop the hips to the ground, and then inhale the hips back high. One more time, hips to the ground, lift the hips high, release the right hand to the mat, send the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, and then step the left foot forward, rise up, crescent warrior. Settle in, release the hands to heart center. Inhale, big lift of the chest. Exhale, open the arms to a T as you twist over that left leg. Revolve your crescent, drop the left hand down, reach the right arm back, and then unwind to warrior two. Back heel plants, arms to a T, gaze over the front fingertips. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Flow back to warrior two, reverse your warrior. Warrior two, reverse your warrior, moving with your own breath. We meet in extended side angle. Left elbow rests on the left thigh, right arm reaches overhead. Left arm comes to meet the right, interlace the fingers, and then press into the right foot, straighten left leg, sky archer as you lean the upper body back. Drop your arms to a T, set up for triangle pose. Reach forward before you hinge, and then keep those arms spread out as you look up through the top fingertips. Look down for balance, frame the left foot, square the hips, lift up halfway, and as you exhale, fold over, pyramid pose. Walk the hands forward, standing split. Lift the right leg up as high as you can. Half moon, walk the hands forward, reach the right fingertips to the sky. Kundalini's descent, right hand to the ground, bend the knees, tuck right behind the left, and then open into revolved half moon. Right leg steps back as the left fingertips sweep high, and then tuck it all in, Kundalini's descent. With your own breath, take this flow a couple of times. It's okay if you fall out, get right back in, and then we meet in that third and final revolved half moon and hold for a breath. Good. Release the left hand to the ground. Take a big step to the back of the mat with the right foot. Rise up, crescent warrior. Drop the back knee to the mat. Send the hips back towards the heels. Take a hamstring stretch. Don't be afraid to wiggle around. Adjust however you like. We're only here for a couple of breaths. Look forward, bend the front knee, bring your hands forward to frame the left foot, step the left foot back, and take a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath together, in through the nose, fill up the lungs, and open the mouth, let a sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward between the hands, make your way to the top of the mat, lift up halfway as you breathe in, fold forward as you breathe out. And let's hold here for a moment, the deepest forward fold you've taken yet today. On your next inhale, rise up and release the hands down through heart center, mountain pose with the hands at your sides. Inhale the arms overhead, a little back bend if it feels good. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Lift up halfway, lengthen the spine, make your way through chaturanga. Take a vinyasa or just meet us in downward facing dog. Step the feet together, inhale right leg high, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, right knee to left elbow, over to right elbow, three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow. Kick the right foot out, lift the left hand, fallen triangle. Option to stay, option to lift the right foot off the ground a few inches. Keep lifting the hips, keep spreading the arms apart. Good. Release the left hand to the ground. Send the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. Rise up, crescent warrior. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, open to a twist to your right. And revolve your warrior. Drop the right hand, sweep the left hand back. Swing the arms open to a warrior two. Drop the back heel. Reverse your warrior. Meet an extended side angle with both arms reaching forward, and then clasp the hands, sky archer, straighten the front leg. Bring the arms to a T, triangle pose. Look down at the ground for balance. Square the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway over that front leg, and then exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Walk the hands forward, lift the left leg high, standing split. Open up, half moon. Kundalini's descent, both hands on the ground, tuck one knee behind the other, and then lift your right arm, send the left leg back, revolved half moon. Kundalini's descent, tuck it in. Open up, revolved half moon. Kundalini's descent with your own breath. Remember, if you fall out, it's okay, just smile, hop right back in. On that final revolved half moon, hold for a breath, and then release both hands to the ground, standing split. Take a big step to the back of the mat with the left foot. Rise up, crescent warrior. Drop the back knee down. Sit the hips back. Hamstring stretch. Make any adjustments you need. Settle in. Maybe you go a little bit deeper this time, taking splits, walking the right foot forward, sending the left foot back a little bit deeper. A few breaths here. And then slowly start to bring those feet a little closer together. Eventually make your way back to a plank pose. Let's hold here for a few breaths. Pull the navel in, back parallel to the ground, and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg again and take a big step to the outside of the right hand. Sweep the right hand up to the sky to take a simple twist, and then release the left hand down. You can stay here in your lizard or play with Ekapada Kundinasana, creating a shelf with your right tricep. Scoot your right foot up and forward until maybe you can lean forward. Use the weight of the right leg on the right tricep to lift your left leg behind you, and then maybe step or hop back to Chaturanga. Take a vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Sit back on your heels, take a child's pose. Tap into your breathing, tap into your reason for this practice. Make your way into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Feet together, inhale, left leg high. Knee to nose, left leg high. Left knee, right elbow, over to the left elbow, three-legged dog. Left knee, right elbow, kick the left foot out, reach the right fingertips high, fallen triangle. Lift the left foot a few inches off the mat, keep lifting your hips, one more breath, and then release the right hand to the ground, send the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Left foot forward, rise up, crescent warrior. Release the hands to heart center. Inhale, just lift the chest. And as you exhale, open up to a twist. Revolve your crescent, right hand back. Swing the arms open, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, both arms reaching out overhead. Clasp the hands, straighten the left leg, sky archer. Triangle pose. Reach forward, hinge at the hips, spread the arms apart. Look down, square the hips, fold over that front leg, and then inhale, lift up halfway, fold again, pyramid pose. Walk the hands forward, standing split. Right into half moon, right fingertips to the sky. Open up the hips. Kundalini's descent, tuck it all in. Open up, revolved half moon. Move with your breath, flow through Kundalini's descent into a revolved half moon. And on that third and final half moon, hold for a beat. And then as you release the left hand to the ground, take a big step back with the right foot. Rise up, crescent warrior. Drop the back knee to the ground. Hamstring stretch, or your option for splits. Maybe you start scooting the right foot forward, scooting the left knee and foot back. Wherever you are, make sure that you can breathe comfortably. Find your edge and just meet it there. And start to bring the feet closer together. Eventually bringing the hands to the front of the mat. Taking a step back with the front foot, find plank pose. Let's hold here. Navel in, press the ground away, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Simple twist, lift the left arm to the sky, bring it back down to the ground. You can stay here in lizard or play with Eka Pada Kundanyasana. Start to scoot that left foot up and out. Make a shelf with your arms. Lean forward until both legs come off the ground. Maybe you step or float back to chaturanga. Maybe you take a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Drop down to your forearms and either spend the next several breaths here or maybe play with Pincha Mayurasana, inverting your dolphin pose. So you can play with maybe lifting one leg at a time, taking L kicks up with the legs. If you find an inversion, trying to stay there. You can also drop into child's pose at any time. Take a few breaths to play or be still. Wherever you are in your practice, don't forget to smile. And when you are done, everybody meets in a child's pose where we can reconnect with our breath, reconnect with our why. Take a moment in this child's pose to just appreciate everything that you've done so far and to be proud of you and your body. Walking into this class is a gift. Everything that you've done so far is a gift you've given to yourself. So you deserve a little gratitude. Let's make our way into a tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees, and let's take a couple cat-cows, moving with your own breath. Arching and rounding the back. And then tuck your toes. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Let a big exhale go. Inhale, lift the heels nice and high. And as you exhale, ripple the spine forward and roll into a plank pose. Bend the elbows. Let's lower really slowly all the way to the belly to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Once you're there, bring your hands out at your sides, forehead on the ground. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the arms. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting everything except the belly up into the air and holding it here, but continue to breathe. Lift everything as high as you can. One more inhale, lift the feet, lift the arms, lift the head. Exhale, lower down. Good. Bring the hands at your sides, palms facing up, one ear to the ground. Bring your forehead to the ground, reach your arms forward, separate the arms and the legs as wide as you can. Inhale, rise up. Bring the hands and feet together and then just separate. Keep lifting. Bring the hands and feet together and separate. Hands and feet together. Separate, hold for a beat. Bring it together. Separate and lower down. Other ear to the ground, hands at your sides. Palms facing up and relax. Forehead to the ground, bend your knees, reach back, grab the ankles or the tops of the feet, and on an inhale, lift the chest, kick the feet back, find bow pose, crown of the head reaches to the sky. Open your heart, pull the heart forward, keep kicking the feet back, lift up, one more breath, try to peek the toes over top of the head, and then release the hands from the feet, but keep your chest lifted. Just fly here like a skydiver, and then slowly lower down. Sit back onto your heels, child's pose. Full breath in through the nose, open the mouth, let it out. Return to your regular breathing. Press into the left palm, reach your right hand high, and then thread the right arm underneath the left, drop the right temple down to the ground, and you can always take the left hand behind the low back for this twisted child's. Deep breathing. Notice the sensations coursing through your body. Send breath anywhere that needs it. If you took the left hand behind the back, straighten it out in front of you. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Child's pose. Reset the spine. Inhale, lift your left hand high. Exhale, thread the needle, left temple to the ground. Right hand can come behind the low back. Deep breathing. Massage your internal organs just using your breath here. Send breath anywhere that needs it. Use this time to really recover. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Child's pose. Make your way to tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of the mat. On an inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink the hips down, reach the arms high. All the weight in the heels. Lean back, tummy in. Lift the right foot off the mat. Open up to a twist to the right. Arms to a T, back to center. Right foot comes down, left foot lifts up. Open to a T, twist to your left. And inhale, back to center. Sink down a little lower. Lift the right foot off the ground, open to the right, and inhale back to center. Right foot down, left foot lifts, open, twist to the left, back to center. Left foot down, sink a little bit lower, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, find crow pose, maybe just play with it. If you found crow, hug the heels into the bum, hold here, step or hop back through your chaturanga. Take a vinyasa or just meet us in downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Three-legged dog. Take the right knee over to the left elbow and then just drop the right knee towards the ground and lift it back up. Right knee towards the ground, lift it back up, and then three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward, rise up, crescent warrior. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist open to the right. Revolve your crescent, drop the right hand, sweep the left hand back, and then swing the arms open, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Both arms overhead, clasp the hands, straighten the right leg, sky archer. Triangle pose. Reach forward, hinge at the hips, fly the arms apart. Frame your foot with the hands, send the left leg up for standing split. Half moon, left hand sweeps up to the sky. Drop the hand, tuck the knees, Kundalini's descent, open up, revolved half moon. Tuck it in, Kundalini's descent. Revolved half moon. One more time. Tuck it in. Open up. Revolved half moon. And then take a big step back with the left foot, rise up, crescent warrior. Hands come to the ground, to the inside of the right foot. Option again to play with Ekapada Kundinasana. If you take flight, see if you can hold for a few breaths, and then you have the option of stepping or hopping back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a big breath in through the nose, open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Left knee, right elbow, over to the left elbow, three-legged dog. Left knee, right elbow, then drop the knee to the wrist, lift it up to the elbow, drop it to the wrist, lift it up to the elbow, three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward, rise up for crescent. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist open arms to a T. Revolve your crescent, and then windmill those arms open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, clasp the hands overhead. Sky archer, lean back. Arms to a T, triangle pose. Square the hips, both hands to the ground. Standing split to half moon. Sweep the right hand high. Kundalini's descent, both hands on the ground, tuck the knees in, revolved half moon. Kundalini's descent, revolved half moon. Kundalini, revolved half moon. Take a big step back with the right foot, rise up, crescent warrior. Hands come down to the inside of the front foot. Relax in your lizard or take Ekapada Kundinasana. An option to take a step or hop back straight into your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a big recovery breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then make your way to the top of the mat, all the way to your butt. Immediately lift the feet and find boat pose. Low belly in, chest nice and tall. Bring the hands behind the ears and slowly lower into a half boat position with the feet still hovering and the shoulder blades hovering too. Once you're in this little hollow hold position, hug the right knee in and bring the left elbow to tap. Back to center, other side. Back to center, hug the right knee in, back to center. Hug the left knee in, back to center. Now let's speed it up. One side straight to the other, skipping the part in the middle. Back and forth, little bicycle crunches. Moving with your own breath. Let's do 3 more each side. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Hug the knees, roll back up to your sits bones, boat pose. Lower belly in, chest nice and tall. Reach forward, grab your big toes with your peace fingers, and bring the soles of the feet together as you sit tall for butterfly pose. Make any adjustments you need here so that your hips and your groin is happy. You can stay lifted. You can also fold forward. A few deep breaths here. If you took a fold forward, slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Sit back, lift the feet off the ground, boat pose. One more set. Low belly in, chest nice and tall. Let's lower down to that half boat position to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold it here. Bring the hands behind the ears. Bicycle crunches. Right knee hugs in, left elbow taps. Back to center. Left knee hugs in, right elbow taps, and switch. Back to center. Switch. Back to center. And then let's take it up a notch. Just immediately start going a little bit faster. Using your own breath, matching movement to breath, left and then right, left and then right. Keep pulling the low belly in, keep breathing. Only a few more. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Rock up, boat pose. Grab your big toes with the peace fingers, butterfly. And then lift your feet up off the ground and hug your knees in to start, almost like a seated happy baby. And then maybe you straighten your legs, maybe not. And then roll back. If you have a healthy spine, take some spinal rocks, holding onto those big toes, just rocking forward and backwards along the length of the spine, holding those legs out to the side. It might not work every single time. It's okay. Just have fun with it. Again, if you have a happy and healthy back. If not, this is easy to skip. You can just hang out in a happy baby. You can stay lifted with those knees hugged in. Maybe you take another butterfly stretch. But this is equal parts. If you're taking the roll, it's equal parts momentum and core strength to get you up to your sits bones and then to hold yourself there. We'll meet at the top. Bring your feet together and then release your hands. Find your final boat pose. Good. Cross your feet. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back. Find downward facing dog. Maybe you take the feet a little wider here. Take a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then bring the feet back together. Inhale, right leg high. Bring the right knee in between the hands. Drop the right foot on the mat. Pigeon pose. Straighten the left leg out behind you. And let's start with our chest lifted. Hands at our sides. The closer we walk our hands back towards our hips or even behind the hips, the more we're going to feel this in the low back. So you can really choose your own adventure. If and when you'd like to, you can walk your hands forward, lower the chest to the ground, and take 5 more breaths here. Find your sweet spot in this pigeon pose and breathe into any sensations you're feeling. Help yourself get a little bit deeper with every single exhale. Big inhale, send intentional breath to wherever it needs it. Big exhale, a little bit deeper. If you lowered down, start to walk your hands back in, lift your chest, gently make your way back to a downward facing dog. Find whatever movement there feels good. Maybe a 3-legged dog, maybe a bicycling of the legs. And then let's do the other side. Lift the left leg high, left knee to nose, drop the left foot in front of you, straighten the right leg behind you, and start lifted. After you've taken several deep breaths with the chest lifted, you have the option of lowering down into sleeping pigeon. Don't be afraid to wiggle around until you find that sweet spot. Both sides of the body are really different. We honor each side anyway. And just by being here, doing the work in both sides, we help to balance out whatever our body is carrying in the right and left. Slowly make your way back to a downward facing dog. Take whatever movements you need here. Maybe you take a final vinyasa. You can step or hop through your downward facing dog to your butt, and we'll all meet in a seat with our legs bent and our arms reaching forward. Slowly make your way to the mat by rounding your spine and lowering down one vertebra at a time. Really engaging the abs, moving as slowly as you can, not trying to fall through that midsection that's weak and just want to drop us. Eventually, all the way on our backs, bring the soles of the feet together, hands out to a T. Let gravity do a little work here. Just take a few deep breaths. Feel the heart rate starting to lower. Notice how the sensations in the body have changed. And just stay in tune with your body. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and use your arms to help lift the knees. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Lower your hands to the ground at the side of your hips. And prepare for 2 sets of back bending. So maybe bridge pose, maybe wheel pose. If you know, just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to lead through one of each. So bridge pose, you'll press into the heels, press into the hands, and lift the hips. Maybe you kind of roll onto your shoulders a little bit more, bringing the hands underneath the low back, interlacing fingers, using the glutes to help lift those hips as high as you can. After 4 or 5 full breaths in and out, you can slowly release the clasp of the hands, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. I like to take 1 breath in between my back bends, and maybe you take another bridge or wheel pose. If wheel is in your wheelhouse and it feels okay when you get up, maybe walk your hands and your feet a little bit closer together. And again, we're taking 4 or 5 full breaths in and out, whichever back bend you choose. If you walked the hands and feet closer together in your wheel, you're going to walk them farther apart before you lower down. And just like in that bridge, 1 vertebra at a time as you snake the spine to the ground. Bring your feet nice and wide and then windshield wiper the knees left and right a few times. And then hug the knees into the chest. Grab the inside or outsides of the feet. Find a happy baby. Soles of the feet face the sky. Press the hands into the soles of the feet so you're pulling the knees down towards the ground, and find a little rocking action. Happy babies have a tendency to move, so you can too. Stay connected with your breath and your body. Sometimes when we move into these places of stillness, it's easy for the mind to start to wander. So really stay with your breath. Option to take shoulder stand or plow pose. Also, you have the option of staying on your back and just lifting the feet up for a simple inversion. But if you like shoulder stand, if you like plow pose, lift the hips up, hands to the low back, and then maybe you drop the feet behind the head for plow. Lots of options, yogi's choice. These are the last few minutes of our practice, so you can really do anything you like here as long as it's safe and it feels good. If you're taking an inversion, let's hold it for another few breaths. And you'll slowly, slowly make your way out of that inversion. First, dropping the soles of the feet to the ground. And then lowering the legs onto the mat completely, hands out at your sides. Move around as much as you need to so that you can get perfectly comfortable. And before our Shavasana, we're going to do 3 sets of tense and releases. What that's going to look like is an inhale when you lift every part of your body except your butt an inch or 2 off the ground. You're going to squeeze every single muscle, and then with an exhale, you'll release everything down to the ground. And we'll do that 3 times in a row. So go ahead and take an inhale, lift everything off the ground, squeeze, 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 and release. Inhale, lift everything a few inches off the ground, squeeze everything as tight as you can, and release. Last one, longest one. Inhale, lift everything up, squeeze every single muscle in your body, keep holding the breath. Exhale, release. Let everything fall to the ground. Shake anything out you need to. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Return to your regular breathing. Allow your body to be completely relaxed and practice stillness. Practice both stillness of body and of mind. Whenever a thought creeps into the head, just say hello to it, but then let it go. This is your time. This is time that your body deserves to absorb all of the benefits of that physical practice. And this is also the mind's turn too, for a break from all thought. And it's not always easy, and it takes practice just like any other pose in yoga. So don't let your practice be done just yet. A few minutes, allowing yourself relaxation, quiet, and for the next few minutes, just breathe. Feel the belly rise on an inhale and sink on an exhale. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make small movements with the feet, the hands, eventually making the movements a little bit bigger, waking up your body slowly, bringing your awareness back into the room. Gently hug the knees into the chest and come onto one side of your body in the fetal position. Take a moment here to thank yourself again for doing something good for your body, for caring about yourself, your health, your wellness. You deserve thanks. When you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Again, taking any movements on your way or once you're there. Maybe rolling the head a few times. Maybe shifting your weight from side to side. Waking up the body. Once you're seated and comfortable, find a neutral spine and inhale the arms overhead. As you exhale, twist to one side, drop the hands to the ground. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, other side, twist, drop the hand. Inhale, back to center. Interlace the fingers at the top and press the palms away from you. Extend through the spine. And then bring the palms together. Release the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me for this online version of Power Hour. Namaste, yogis.